Hi all from Castoro Cellars, Whale Rock Vineyard. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon here. I'm imagining you all out here with me, practicing from your home, staying happy and healthy. We are so excited to offer this practice in benefit for Meals That Connect, a wonderful local charity that delivers hot meals to those in need, 60 and up. So this will be an amazing practice to not only benefit you, but benefit our community. So thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and get started. So coming to our knees into child's pose, folding over the top of your mat, knees out wide for a little bit more of a hip opener, or more together for a little bit more kind of security, grounding, whatever you're looking for, adjusting, allowing your forehead to melt down into your mat, feeling your sits bones, your tailbone anchor behind you. We can rock sway side to side a few times just to kind of find a comfortable space to really settle into. Take a few nice big deep exhalations, sighing out through your mouth, that audibility, letting go, giving yourself full permission to arrive, to really land here. Softening all of the muscles of your body, your shoulders, your abdominals. Really let that Buddha belly hang out. And begin to bring your full awareness to the only thing we need to do right now. Simply just breathe. Following that natural ebb and flow of each new inhalation, rising, expanding, and each exhalation, sinking a little deeper into the support of your mat, of the earth, wherever you are at home. And starting to visualize with each new breath like ocean waves. Our eyes closed with our mind's eye. Visualizing that rising, expanding, filling every compartment of your lungs, the back of your heart, the very bottom of your belly, the top of your throat. Taking that extra sip of air, growing a little longer, a little taller, and exhaling, sighing, imagining that wave just rolling back out into the ocean. That expansiveness, creating a little bit more new space again for your inhalation. Rising, expanding, finding a little bit more new space. Taking that extra sip of air and exhaling, sighing, letting it all go. And just one more together, letting it be your biggest, fullest breath yet today. All that new prana-rich blood flow filling your lungs, circulating throughout your body. Exhaling, cleansing, releasing any stagnations, anything no longer serving, clearing this space for you right now for your practice for the next 40 or so minutes. Really devoting this time entirely to you. So rooting into this space. Eyes closed, forehead melting down into your mat, mind's eye. Setting your intention, really claiming it for yourself. With whatever it is you would really like to receive from this time. That's just presence, Beautiful. Just plant this little seed, this hOMEe of manifestation. Nice deep cleansing exhale, sit bones sinking down, stretching out through our hands, our palms. Next inhale, rising, pressing, lifting into our tabletop position. So finding our bone stacking here, aligning our shoulders, our wrists, our knees, our hips. Lengthening through the back of your body. Stretch out a little longer, engage through our pinkies, and feel that broadening through the back of our heart. Really draw out that inhale and exhale, sigh. Sink our way back into that child's pose, Balandasana. Inhale, rise. Press into our mat, into the earth. Lengthen, expand through the back of our body. Really draw that breath out. Exhale, sigh. Again, sink our way back. So starting to link this really simple movement with our breath. Moving, flowing at your own pace. Eyes closed. We're at home, no one's watching, or maybe it's just our dog or our loved ones, letting them join in. Making this really work for you. Starting to build this psychosomatic connection between body and breath. Strengthening this bridge. Exhaling again, sighing, sinking back. And on our next inhalation, back of our heart lifting towards the sky, chin, tailbone tucking in towards our navel, cat pose. Inhale, opening, expanding cow pose. Exhaling, curling back in. Continuing to move, flow at your own pace. Breathing into each and every vertebra of your spine. Really using this time to just check in. What is your body communicating? Starting to round out the movement. Swing our hips side to side, circling our head, our neck. Noticing the shifts. What's different? What's the same? Simply just practicing being an observer to ourselves. A couple more cycles through, bending our elbows, allowing the movement to really become as fluid as possible, coming back to those wave-like visualizations with our breath. Finding our way back in that neutral tabletop position. Go ahead this time, tuck our toes and press lift our way all the way back into our first downward facing dog. Or Adho Mukha Svanasana, taking our time, starting to actually bicycle out our legs here, bending one knee and the other, breathing into our postural muscles. All of those tight muscles through the back of our body that do such a ginormous job for us. Breathing this new prana, this new energy into these hardworking spaces. Take a nice big inhale. This time rise, float, lift all the way up to the tips of our toes. Get a little taller. And exhale, release, heels sink back. Couple more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale. Exhale, release. Exhale, this time bend our knees, hug, squeeze in towards our navel and lightly walk, step, hop, float our way to the top of our mat. Release in our forward fold. However we need to get there, walk, step up, reach for opposite elbow and lightly sway side to side. Just like a rag doll. Let it all hang. We can sway side to side. pop out our knees. Really utilize gravity to unwind. Go ahead, come back through center. Inhale, halfway to our flat back. Nice long spine. And exhale, release. A couple more times. Inhale, fingertips to our toes, our shins, our quads. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, rise. And exhale, release. Go ahead, slight bend in our knees. Inhale, arms sweep forward, low chair. Yeah, sink low, get cozy, start to heat up. And inhale, rise. Exhale, stay low. Shoulders sink down our spine. And inhale, rise. Arms reach straight up towards the sun. Exhale, palms down through heart center. Slow-mo, lift our way all the way to standing. Tadasana, our mountain pose. Closing our eyes. Seeing if you can visualize yourself from like a bird's eye view here. Aligning the crown of our head and our tailbone. Allow a slight bend in your knees. And on your next inhalation, really visualize, again, filling every compartment of your lungs. Feel that rising, expanding, growing a little taller through the crown of your head, slight tuck of your chin. Exhale, release, arms open. Inhale, rise, reaching, sweeping up, and look up, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Guiding with our heart. Inhale, halfway, flat back. And exhale, go ahead, step that right leg straight back behind you. Lunge. So if we need a little more support, releasing that right knee. No shame in the game, making it work for you. Listening to your body, noticing, making sure we're aligning that front heel knee. We can untuck those toes of that back foot, or again, if we're fully plugged in, engaging, reaching through that back right heel and inhaling, rising into that crescent. Big full breath, lengthen and exhale, release. Sink a little deeper. Couple more breaths, inhale, rise. If we want more, maybe adding that little tap of that right knee. Last big inhale, rise, and exhale, palms down through heart center. Reconnect to the top of our mat. Plug in, step back to our plank. Nice long spine, releasing our knees for a little more support. Exhale, flow through our Chaturanga. Knees or toes slightly shifting forward, elbows draw in, and inhale, peel up off of our mat. Collarbones smiling. Exhale, tuck our toes, come back into our downward facing dog. Couple extra breaths. Again, to bicycle out our legs. Find a little more space, return to these familiar landscapes, I always like to say in my classes, with new perspective. Gazing back towards our toes, knees hugging, squeezing in, lightly walk, step, float our way to the top of our mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Low chair, arms sweep forward. Little ladybug out in front of me here for good luck. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stay low. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, palms down through heart center. Slow-mo again, climb our way. All the way to standing. Tadasana, mountain pose. Palms together at heart center, open. Finding a little bit more clarity each time we come back here. That bird's eye view, observing, aligning, crown, sacrum. Big full inhale, expanding, rising. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, arms sweeping, reaching up. This time maybe a mini micro back bend. Hip shifting forward, palms reaching back. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. And again, inhale halfway. Exhale, go ahead, release, step back, lunge on that opposite side, left side. So again, you have options, releasing that left knee, untucking our toes, staying fully engaged, lifting through that back left knee. Inhale, rise, crescent, nice and tall. Find our center. If we need to broaden that stance a little, you can always inch that front foot open a little wider, and exhale, release, root down. Nice big inhale, rise. If we want more, again, pulsing, releasing that back knee. One more big inhale, rise, exhale, palms come forward, plug back in, step back to your plank, exhale, flow through your Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple extra breaths here, opting for a child's pose. Again, that space we started in, if it's calling. Always just remembering you have options. This is your time, responding to your body, your breath. Stretching out through our fingers, our palms, plugging in. Nice deep cleansing exhale out through your mouth, that audibility, releasing any old energy, and inhaling, rising, pressing, lifting our way back into our downward facing dog. Gazing back towards our toes, and inhaling, reaching, stretching that right leg straight back behind us, flexing that foot, plugging into our center, and bending that right knee, hugging, squeezing in towards our navel to pause there. Slight tuck of our chin. Inhale again, reach, stretch back out long. We always have the option of coming into our tabletop here too. Exhale, bend that right knee, hug, squeeze in, and tap that outer right elbow. Awesome. Inhale again, extend, and exhale, bend that knee, hug, squeeze in. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we start to pivot those toes of our left foot and release that right foot to that outer right side of our mat. Inhale, fall in triangle. Reaching, exploring, expanding that left whole side of our body. Exhale, take your time, reground, pivot those toes of our right foot, and make our way all the way back into that right leg extension in that downward facing dog. Exhale, bend that knee, hug, squeeze, step all the way through towards the top of our mat. Inhale, again, crescent. You have options. Release that left knee for more support. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, root in. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. We're gonna launch up onto those toes of that left foot if we weren't there yet already. Inhale, step up to the top of our mat, plug into that right foot, float that left leg to a 90-degree angle, anchor in, palms together at heart center. Exhale, launch back, warrior three. Flexing that left foot, lengthening through the back of our body. Big inhale, exhale, come back through center. That leg can stay at a 90-degree angle. Navel drawing in, or maybe it extends out long. Inhale, extend back out long, couple more times through. Flying warriors. Maybe adding a little extra arms, reaching, extending back, inhaling, reaching up, that leg kicks forward. Last one. Exhaling, reaching back, and carefully, as gracefully as possible, stepping our way back. Woo, into that lunge. If we wobble, if we fall, we're doing it right. We're getting stronger. Exhale, palms down through heart center, plug in, step back to your plank. A little more optional floating of that right leg. Exhale, flow through your Chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Rise back into our downward facing dog. Right back at it. Inhale, left leg extends. Flex that foot, bend that knee, hug, squeeze in. Tap to our chin. Inhale, extend, and exhale. Left knee comes in. Maybe it hinges over towards that outer left elbow. Firing up those external obliques. Inhale again. And exhale, bend that knee, hug, squeeze. Maybe it stays here. Maybe that's our edge. Maybe it pivots over. Pivot that back foot. Inhale, fall in triangle. Reaching, exploring, expanding. Breathing into our edge. Each day it's different. Playing, reaching, take our time carefully. Place that palm back. Re-extend back into that down dog leg extension. Exhale, left knee hugging, squeezing, stepping all the way through. Come back up into your crescent. It's modified. Making it work for you. Couple more breaths. Big inhale. Come up one of those toes of that right foot. We weren't there yet already. Launch, lift our way forward. Floating that right leg, palms together at heart center. Right leg engaged, navel drawing in. Inhale, warrior three. Lengthen through the back of our body. Feel that levity lifting you. Fully anchored through that left leg. Exhale, right leg extends. Inhale, lengthen. Couple more times. Inhale. Maybe adding those arms, flying. Testing our center of gravity. Again, if we wobble, if we fall, we're staying present. We're doing our practice. We're challenging ourselves in our backyard, on uneven ground, even better. Earthing, connecting to the earth's vibration. One more big inhale. Exhale, launch our way back all the way into that crescent. And exhale, all the way back to the top of your mat, plug in. Optional floating of that left leg. Exhale, your Chaturanga, your back bend. Rest, child's pose. Few really big, juicy ujjayi, those ocean breaths here. Connecting our hands, our palms together out in front of us, rotating our palms, our thumbs, to tap the back of our head, our neck here. Our reverse namaste. Exhale completely. We can plug into our hands, our palms. Now press back into that tabletop position. Go ahead, tap out the tops of our feet. Little shiatsu. And extend that right leg straight back behind you. Yeah, we can wiggle around our toes, rotate our ankle, reach, stretch. And go ahead, start to reach over towards that outer left side of our mat. Leaning over towards that right hip and swing. You may feel this in that left sciatic nerve or low back. Just exploring it, maybe through that outer right rib cage, those intercostal muscles. Just being present to what comes up for you. Take our time. Bring that leg back through center. And exhale, hug, squeeze, step all the way through towards the top of our mat. Heel toe that foot over to that opposite outer corner. Left corner of our mat. Right knee over towards the right. Left leg extending, preparing for our pigeon. A rocking, swaying side to side. A big fan of that extra little wiggle in between the asanas, the postures, to help find a space to settle into. So ideally here, We're finding an even weight distribution through either side of our body, either hips. Bringing that right shin as close to parallel to the top of our mat, someday, right, as possible. So maybe staying here, maybe someday folding our way forward. Cycling through a few really big ujjayi, those ocean breaths here. Relaxing all the muscles of your face, your neck, your jaw, and feeling that simultaneously release through our low back, our hips, our jaw, and our hips are actually extremely mirrored in our bodies energetically. A couple last breaths. So many beautiful ladybugs. Take our time to slowly, carefully lift our way. We can actually roll to that outer right hip and extend that left leg out long. Shiatsu through the backs of our legs, hop out our knees, wiggle out our ankles, rotate our hips, and we'll make our way back into our tabletop. Other side, left leg extending. We can wiggle out our toes, rotate our ankle. And go ahead, reach towards that opposite side. Press down through the top of our foot, leaning towards that opposite hip, swaying. Little different. Exploring just what comes up for you. Bending that opposite elbow. This is one of those postures or movements from day to day that I'll find this really resonates in totally different places. It's a really nice practice to stay present. Go ahead, bring that leg back through center. Exhale, hug, squeeze, step all the way through. Heel toe that foot over towards that opposite side. To the best of our ability, bringing that shin to parallel. Finding that equal weight distribution through both sides of our body, both hips. Maybe we're just gonna hang out here. Maybe someday again, we release our way all the way forward. In our resting pigeon pose here. Relaxing our jaw. Feeling that ripple out through the rest of our body, our hips, our low back. This is so, so valuable for our low back health, our hip health. This relieves deep abdominal tightness through our psoas, this long, spindling abdominal muscle that attaches from our lower lumbar to interior side of our sacrum. Really more difficult to access typically. And imagine that muscle actually kind of unwinding, lengthening out this entire extended right side of your body. One last exhale. Take your time. Let it all go. Nice audible exhale. And carefully lift our way back upright. Again, we can round to that outer left hip. Extend our legs. Hop them out. Wiggle them out. Shiatsu, releasing any excess energy through the joints. Take your time. Heels right underneath your knees. And one vertebra at a time. Roll. Sink your way into the support of your mat, of the earth. Arms open. Go ahead, windshield wiper our knees, our legs, that nice low back massage, that unwinding, shaking our head, neck towards the opposite side. Bringing our knees, our legs back through center, adjusting. Really just taking up as much space, you're at home, as possible. Again, if your dog's with you, if you have some fun kiddos joining in, getting them cozy, grabbing a blanket, anything to cover your eyes if we're feeling distracted by any remaining light. Ultimately, just allowing this final time, this space, to sink deep into your mat, the support of the earth, and surrender into our final Shavasana, our corpse pose. Continuing to feel your body sink deep into the support all around you. Soaking up all of the benefits of your practice, of this time. When you're ready, just inviting you to very gently roll to one side if you haven't made your way up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes still closed. So just take a moment here to recircle back to that space that you started in. To that intention, that seed, that little hOMEe of manifestation that you began with. Just through our practice, we have watered, we have nourished. Just sending a little bit more of this cultivated energy and awareness from our time, your time, back to it. And collectively, these seeds that we have all planted to flourish outward into the world, into our community. So thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you had fun and we're able to do this again together sooner than later. Otherwise, maybe we'll do this more. But thank you so much again for your donations. Please feel free to add in a little extra and enjoy an extra long Savasana after this. So thank you. Namaste.